Hello everyone. So today in this audio class we will read the chapter number 1 from the book Fundamentals of Human Geography textbook NCERT for class 12 chapter 1 Human Geography Nature and Scope. So let's get started. You have already studied geography as a discipline in chapter 1 of the book Fundamentals of Physical Geography. Do you recall the contents? This chapter has broadly covered and introduced you to the nature of geography. You are also acquainted with the important branches that sprout from the body of geography. If you reread the chapter, you will be able to recall the link of human geography with the mother discipline, geography. As you know, geography as a field of study is integrative, empirical and practical. Thus, the reach of geography is extensive and each and every event or phenomenon which varies over space and time can be studied geographically. How do you see the Earth's surface? Do you realize that the earth comprises two major components, that is nature or physical environment and the life forms including human beings? Make a list of physical and human components of your surroundings. Physical geography studies physical environment and human geography studies the relationship between the physical and natural and the human worlds. The spatial distributions of human phenomena and how they come about, the social and economic differences between different parts of the world. You are already aware of the fact that the core concern of geography as a discipline is to understand the earth as home of human beings and to study all those elements which have sustained them. Thus, emphasis is on the study of nature and human beings. You will realize that geography got subjected to dualism and the wide-ranging debates started whether geography as a discipline should be a law-making or theorizing or nomothetic or descriptive or ideographic, whether its subject matter should be organized. An approach of the study should be regional or systematic, whether geographical phenomena be interpreted theoretically or through historic institutional approach. These have been issues for intellectual exercise, but finally you will appreciate that the dichotomy between physical and human is not a very valid one because nature and human are inseparable elements and should be seen holistically. It is interesting to note that both the physical and human phenomena are described in metaphors using symbols from the human anatomy. We often talk of the face of the earth, eye of the storm, mouth of the river, snout or nose of the glacier, neck of the isthmus and profile of the soil. Similarly, regions, villages, towns have been described as organisms. German geographers describe the state or country as a living organism. Networks of road, railways and waterways have often been described as arteries of circulation. Can you collect such terms and expressions from your own language? The basic questions now arises, can we separate nature and human when they are so intricately intertwined? Next point is human geography defined. Human geography is the synthetic study of relationship between human societies and Earth's surface according to Ratzel. Synthesis has been emphasized in the above definition. Human geography is the study of changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth, according to Semple Churchill. Ellen Churchill Semple. Dynamism is the relationship. Dynamism is the key word in Semple's definition. Conception resulting from a more synthetic knowledge of the physical laws governing our earth and the relations between the living beings which inhabit it, according to Vidal de la Blache. Human geography offers a new conception of the interrelationships between earth and human beings. Next point, nature of human geography. Human geography studies the interrelationship between the physical environment and socio-cultural environment created by human beings through mutual interaction with each other. You have already studied the elements of physical environment in class 11 in the book entitled Fundamentals of Physical Geography. You know that these elements are landforms, soils, climate, water, natural vegetation and diverse flora and fauna. Can you make a list of elements which human beings have created through their activities on the stage provided by the physical environment? Houses, villages, cities, road rail networks, industries, farms, ports, items of our daily use and all other elements of material culture have been created by human beings using the resources provided by the physical environment. While physical environment has been greatly modified by human beings, it has also in turn impacted human lives. Next point is naturalization of humans and humanization of nature. Human beings interact with their physical environment with the help of technology. It is not important what human beings produce and create, but it is extremely important with the help of what tools and techniques do they produce and create. Technology indicates the level of cultural development of society. Human beings were able to develop technology after they developed better understanding of natural laws. For example, the understanding of concepts of friction and heat helped us discover fire. Similarly, understanding of the secrets of DNA and genetics enabled us to conquer many diseases. We use the laws of aerodynamics to develop faster planes. You can see that knowledge about nature is extremely important to develop technology, and technology loosens the shackles of environment on human beings. In the early stage of their interaction with their natural environment, humans were greatly influenced by it. They adapted to the dictates of nature. This is so because the level of technology was very low and the stage of human social development was also primitive. This type of interaction between primitive human society and strong forces of nature was termed as environmental determinism. At that stage of very low technological development, we can imagine the presence of a naturalized human who listened to the nature, was afraid of its fury and worshipped it. Next point, the naturalization of humans. With examples, Benda lives in the wilds of Abu's Madh area of central India. His village consists of 3 huts deep in the wilds. Not even birds or stray dogs usually crowd villages can be seen in these areas. Wearing a small loin clothed and armed with his axe, he slowly surveys the Penda or forest, where his tribe practices a primitive form of agriculture called shifting cultivation. Benda and his friends burn small patches of forest to clear them for cultivation. The ash is used for making the soil fertile. Benda is happy that the mahua trees around him are in bloom. How lucky I am to be a part of this beautiful universe, he thinks as he looks up to see the mahua, palas, and sal trees that have sheltered him since childhood. Crossing the Penda in a gliding motion, Benda makes his way to a stream. As he bends down to scoop up a palmful of water, he remembers to thank Loelugi, the spirit of the forest, for allowing him to quench his thirst. Moving on with his friends, Benda chews on succulent leaves and roots. The boys have been trying to collect gajhara and kuchla from the forest. These are special plants that Benda and his people use. He hopes the spirits of the forest will be kind and lead him to these herbs. These are needed to barter in the Madhai or tribal fair coming up the next full moon. He closes his eyes and tries hard to recall what the elders had taught him about these herbs and the places they are found in. He wishes he had listened more carefully. Suddenly, there is a rustling of leaves. Benda and his friends know it is outsiders who have come searching for them in the wilds. In a single fluid motion, Benda and his friends disappeared behind the thick canopy of trees and become one with the spirit of the forest. The story in the box represents the direct relationship of a household belonging to an economically primitive society with nature. Read about other primitive societies which live in complete harmony with their natural environment. You will realize that in all such cases, nature is a powerful force, worshipped, revered and conserved. This is direct dependence of human beings on nature for resources which sustain them. The physical environment for such societies becomes the mother nature. The people begin to understand their environment and forces of the nature with the passage of time. With social and cultural development, humans develop better and more efficient technology. They move from a state of necessity to a state of freedom. They create possibilities with the resources obtained from the environment. The human activities create cultural landscape. The imprints of human activities are created everywhere. Health resorts on highlands, huge urban sprawls, fields, orchards, pastures in plains and rolling hills, ports on the coasts, oceanic routes on the oceanic surface and satellites in the space. The earlier scholar termed these as a possibilism. Nature provides opportunities and human beings make use of this, and slowly nature gets humanized and starts bearing the imprints of human endeavor. Next point is humanization of nature with examples. Winters in the town of Trondheim means fierce winds and heavy snow. The skies are dark for months. Kari drives to work in the dark at 8 a.m. She has special tires for the winters and keeps the headlights of her powerful car switched on. Her office is artificially heated at a comfortable 23 degrees Celsius. The campus of the university she works in is built under a huge glass dome. This dome keeps the snow out in winter and lets in the sunshine in the summer. The temperature is controlled carefully and there is adequate lighting. Even though fresh vegetables and plants don't grow in such harsh weather, Carrie keeps orchid on her desk and enjoys eating tropical fruits like banana and kiwi. These are flown in from warmer areas regularly. With a click of mouse, Carrie can network with colleagues in New Delhi. She frequently takes a morning flight to London and returns in the evening in time to watch her favorite television serial. Though Carrie is 58 years old, she is fitter and looks younger than many 30-year-olds in other parts of the world. Can you imagine what has made such a lifestyle possible? It is technology that has allowed the people of Trondheim and others to overcome the constraints imposed by the nature. Do you know about some such instances? Such examples are not difficult to find. A geographer, Griffith Taylor, introduced another concept which reflects a middle path, Madhyam Marg, between the two ideas of environmental determinism and possibilism. He termed it as Neo-Determinism or stop and go determinism. Those of you who live in cities and those who have visited a city might have seen that traffic is regulated by lights on the crossroads. Red light means stop, amber light provides a gap between the red and green lights to get set, and green light means go. The concept shows that neither is there a situation of absolute necessity or environmental determinism, nor is there a condition of absolute freedom or possibilism. It means that human beings can conquer nature by obeying it. They have to respond to the red signals and can proceed in their pursuit of development when nature permits the modifications. It means that possibilities can be created within limits which do not damage the environment, and there is no free run without accidents. The free run which the developed economies attempted to take has already resulted in the greenhouse effect, ozone layer depletion and global warming, receding glaciers and degrading lands. The neo-determinism conceptually attempts to bring a balance, nullifying either or dichotomy. Welfare or humanistic school of thought in human geography was mainly concerned with the different aspects of social well-beings of the people. These included aspects such as housing, health, and education. Geographers have already introduced a paper as Geography of Social Well-being in the postgraduate curriculum. Radical school of thought employed Marxian theory to explain the basic cause of poverty, deprivation, and social inequality. Contemporary social problems were related to the development of capitalism. Behavioral school of thought laid great emphasis on lived experience and also on the perception of space. by social categories based on ethnicity, race and religion, etc. Next point, fields and subfields of human geography. Human geography as you have been Human geography, as you've seen, attempts to explain the relationship between all elements of human life and the space they occur over. Thus, human geography assumes a highly interdisciplinary nature. It develops close interface with other sister disciplines in social sciences in order to understand and explain human elements on the surface of the earth. With the expansion of knowledge, new subfields emerge, and it has also happened to human geography. Let us examine these fields and subfields of human geography. Next point is broad stages and thrust of human geography. Early colonial period. Approaches was exploration and description. Broad features were imperial and trade interest prompted the discovery and exploration of new areas. An encyclopedic description of the area formed an important aspect of the geographer's account. Next is later colonial period. The approaches was regional analysis. Broad features were elaborate description of all aspects of a region were undertaken. The idea was that the region were a part of a whole or the earth. So understanding the parts in totality would lead to understanding of the whole. Next is 1930s through the interwar period. The approaches was areal differentiation. The focus was on identifying the uniqueness of any region and understanding how and why it was different from others. Next is late 1950s to the late 1960s. The approaches was spatial organization, marked by the use of computers and sophisticated statistical tools. Laws of physics were often applied to map and analyze human phenomena. This phase was called the Quantitative Revolution. The main objective was to identify mappable patterns for different human activities. 1970s, the approaches was emergence of humanistic, radical and behavioral schools. Discontentment with the quantitative revolution and its dehumanized manner of doing geography led to the emergence of three new schools of thought of human geography in 1970s. Human geography was made more relevant to the socio-political reality by the emergence of these schools of thought. Consult the box below to know a little bit more about these schools of thought. Next is 1990s, postmodernism in geography. The grand generalization and the applicability of universal theories to explain the human conditions were questioned. The importance of understanding each local context in its own right was emphasized. Next, the table 1.2 is human geography and sister disciplines of social sciences. Fields of human geography is the social geography. The subfields of social geography is behavioral geography, geography of social well-being, geography of leisure, cultural geography, gender geography, historical geography, medical geography. All are subfields of social geography. Next is interface with sister discipline of social sciences. Social science with sociology. Behavioral geography with psychology. Geography of social well-being with welfare economics. Geography of leisure is sociology. Cultural geography discipline with anthropology. Gender geography with sociology, anthropology, women studies. Historical geography relation with history. Medical geography relation with epidemiology. Next fields of human geography is urban geography. Interface with sister discipline is urban studies and planning. Next subfield of human geography is political geography. There is a relation with political science. The subfields are electoral geography, which called psephology, or military geography, relation with military science. Next subfields of human geography is population geography, is studied under the demography. Next subfield of human geography is settlement geography. Interface with sister discipline is urban or rural planning. Next point is economic geography. There is a relationship with sister discipline like economics. Geography of resources is under resource economics. Geography of agriculture is under agricultural sciences. Geography of industries has a relationship with industrial economics. Geography of marketing has a relationship with business studies, economics and commerce. Geography of tourism is under tourism and travel management. Geography of international trade is under international trade. So this is for today. Thanks for listening. Thank you.